Okay, went ahead and I did that stitch over here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to pin the remainder of the waistline to the waistband. Now I believe the waistband, and I'll double check when we get here, should pass the little overlap by just a little bit. So maybe about 1/2 inch. The waistband should continue past the opening. And this is so in case you want to shorten it, you can shorten it, but it does give you enough room to do that. So depending on how you like to wear your hook and eyes. Okay, so okay, now the side seams should be lining up. So you want to make sure your side seams line up. Pin them right there. So then everything else lines up perfectly. And there is no stretching of the waistband elastic when you're putting this together. So okay. So I am going to now go and overlock this. Now I may end up having to do this twice, and if you have to end up doing it twice to get closer, especially at the V, what I would recommend doing is throwing this in the wash afterwards, because it's going to leave all sorts of little threads, especially if you're using the overlock. Okay, so we're just going to sew around the waistband, cutting off 1/8 inch. Now over here it's a little bit tricky because of the way the layers are. So you can probably even cut a little bit extra, more than you would normally do. So I'm actually going to sew straight off this end and then come back in and sew this way. Because I've got that V. That way I can also evaluate to make sure I've got all the stitches covered. I do. This looks good. Coming back in to the other side. Okay, now we just want to go in and double check that everything's looking good. Now we have a little bit of a gap right here where the stitches are showing. It's probably not a big deal. We could go back in and stitch that little area right here just a little bit more, or we can go and just clip those stitches out. Everything looks like it's pretty secure. There's no parts that are coming out. So I'm inclined to just go in and inseam rip those couple stitches right there. But that is almost done. So there we go. You have the front. Now all we have to do is the hook and eye in the back. So I'll do that. Now, if you happen to be sewing the waistband without the hook and eye, you've pretty much followed most of the same steps. But like for this one, I decided that I'm going to use the Christina back, so I don't have a hook and eye in the back. So I went ahead and I've done all the same steps. I've kind of stitched up here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pin this around the waistline. And there should be, yep. So it's not a whole lot different. I'll Although, my side seam, this is actually supposed to match my side seam. Which that is not matching up. So I will double check this pattern, but the side seam should line up right here. I said I still have a few more changes I need to make on the pattern before it's live, but by the time you see this video, it will be all live. So then I will have my little V coming down here in the back. I'm then just going to overlock, since I'm going to go around the whole circle. I'm going to start at the V. So where you've got the heart ending and starting, you just want to double check that it's not going to fold in the wrong direction. So it looks like on this one I may have, oh, I don't have, that actually all looks good. Okay, so for this one, where I did not do the hook and eye, and I think I might have made my side front, this one a little bit too small, but I will correct this before this pattern is live. But there we go, there's my little heart on this one. Okay, now just to finish off the hook and eye, I'm going to clip off this little bit. And it's possible my cutting may not have been straight, because you should be an equal amount on both sides here. So I'm just going to go and line this up and trim down the one side. It's like that could have been my cutting. Okay, now this piece generally goes, I believe, on this side, and so what we do, I'm going to come over here, oop, don't need that. I'm going to move, actually, for this side, probably don't need to move that. Okay, no zigzag, let's be straight. Basically going to cover this and sew that up. And with this one, you can pretty much do this all in one step. The other side, so I'm sewing it with a straight stitch, but what you can easily do, and of course I goofed right there, you can go in and you can zigzag that edge. It's a little bit easier on this side because you're stitching far enough away from the hooks. Now on this one, we actually have to have it in this direction. So what I'm going to do is we're going to open this up. I'm going to sew this down. And then I'm going to fold this over. So this is going to be on the second stitch is we're going to shift our needle. So shift it all the way over so we'll catch it. Voila, our hook and eye is complete. Actually, our whole sports bra is complete. Thanks for watching. If you would like to have more content like this, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, or leave a comment below. Thank you very much.